The Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal will start on Monday, the 8th of May, 2023. As you are aware, a lot of people have been thinking, what are they going to expect? How will the judges see the matter? How are they going to rule? You know, a lot of people are worried. Some are enthusiastic, but no matter the side you are, if you are PDP, whether you're APC or Labour Party, there's one thing that you know the judges will never run away from: the issue of 25% in Abuja. Yes, the first judicial precedent that was set on the 25% requirement in Abuja was actually in 2003, not the one that the former Attorney General and Doka talked about that you've seen in many interviews. That was Buhari versus Yaradua in 2008. But this one was the judgment that was delivered on the presidential election petition that Buhari brought against Obasanjo in 2003, where he sought the cancellation of the election because, according to him, Obasanjo didn't win in the FCT. But the judges disagreed with him. They said that winning in the FCT isn't mandatory, that what is mandatory is getting the 25% in the FCT, which Obasanjo fulfilled. He got the highest votes and he got the required 25% in the FCT. So going by this judgment, we know we have two precedents set in the same Fourth Republic. The first time, that's talking about the 2003 judgment, the judges must have had nowhere to rely on. They didn't have any judicial precedent, but at the end of the day, they interpreted it correctly, because "and" actually means plus, including. If it doesn't mean that, then we don't know English language anymore. So the second time, that's talking about the time Buhari challenged Yaradua's victory, the judges must have seen the first time, that's the 2003 one, as a judicial precedent. They relied on it and said, okay, since they ruled this way, let's rule the same way, because it's actually English. The Constitution is written in English. There's no ambiguity. Now we have two precedents, two judicial precedents that have been set in the same Fourth Republic. The first time can be an error. The second time means that is now the judicial interpretation in Nigeria. So no one can say it's a speculation, there's ambiguity. No, there are two judgments based on the 25% and all have come out to be positive. So there's no ambiguity. No one should be in doubt. There's no escaping this judgment, because they can't cite anything. When judges see cases that they are confused about, they don't know how to go about it, lawyers that are arguing, both from the defendant sides and the appellants, they always cite judicial precedents to convince the judges. If you're confused, look at how judges before you ruled on the matter. Tinubu's lawyer, Wole Olanipekun, is an erudite lawyer. He knows that 25% is mandatory in Abuja, even without the media exposing the past two judgments. All lawyers do research. He knows. He can't say he doesn't know. He knows that these past judgments exist, and no one can bamboozle the judges to rule against two past judgments on the same matter. When you read further into many of their objections, especially on P2B's petition, it becomes clear that the same narrative that they had even before the election is the same thing that is playing out. One won't be wrong to say that maybe Keyamo is the one writing all this. Maybe it's the hand behind that we are not seeing. It is obvious they are relying on technicality to see where they will knock the matter off. But this 25%, no one is escaping it. And it can't go to anyone else except the person that got the 25%. Of course, you all know it is only P2B that got 25% in Abuja. When you consider this 25% in the FCT, you will see what the framers of the Constitution had in mind. Because many people are thinking, why must one score 25% in Abuja? Why is it different? It is different because Abuja is not a state. It's the district of the president. The president must live in a place where he will exercise his powers without interference from any governor. Even when the capital was in Lagos, it was not the entire Lagos state that was the capital. The capital was only around the Ikoyi and Victoria Island area. So the president is the governor of the FCT. Of course, he's a very busy person. he has to appoint a minister to act on his behalf. So you can't want to be a governor of the FCT and you can't at least score 25%. In the case of a state, you are required to win the state by majority vote. In the case of FCT, the framers might have thought, okay, since an elected president will be the governor of the FCT, at least let him score 25% in the FCT. People he wants to govern over, at least 25% is acceptable. They are not saying come and win it, because it might be difficult to determine a winner in a presidential election if the person must win FCT. In fact, if they had made it that the person must win FCT, that would bring to question if FCT people are of different class than the rest Nigerians. But in this case, they said, okay, score 25% is acceptable, and you become their governor and overall president of the country. So it's not a hard logic. It's simple, it's straightforward, but people are trying to add ambiguity and speculation as if it is not written in plain English. So we hope that no amount of narrative, propaganda, trying to bamboozle people that FCT is supposed to be the 37th state in Nigeria. No. That's not what the Constitution says. In order to be declared winner, a candidate must score the highest lawful votes and at least score 25% in the FCT. If the FCT was considered as a 37th state, like they said, they wouldn't need to put "and." Score 2/3 of votes in 37 states. That will end the whole matter. Instead of saying 2/3 in 24 states and in addition, FCT. So that means you must score 25% in the FCT and still score 25% in 2/3 of 36 states of Nigeria before you can now be declared winner. Of course, you must satisfy the highest votes among all the other candidates. It's very, very simple. And Nigerians are hoping that when the tribunal starts, they will at least focus on the one that they can determine quickly, not wait till all others are determined, or maybe take on the hard one, or maybe the first prayer of P2B, where he's seeking to disqualify Tinubu based on his former conviction, or maybe the double nomination of Shetima, or the larger one, which will take more time, determination of who actually scored the highest lawful votes. The Labour Party have shown evidence that they scored the highest votes, but INEC suppressed their votes and in many cases gave their votes to the APC candidate. Looking at Rivers, for instance, where everyone knows that Tinubu didn't win there, subtract the votes that was given to him and add to the Labour Party. Do the same in Lagos. There are substantial votes that was added to him and deducted from the Labour Party candidate. In these two states alone, you're already approaching 1 million votes that should be subtracted from that of Tinubu and added to that of P2B. If you subtract from Tinubu, that means he's already losing 1 million votes. He will come back to about 7-point-something million. Add the 1 million to the Labour Party candidate, he's already up to 7.1 million votes. So you can see when the subtraction and adding are done, the votes to the rightful winner will keep increasing till he becomes the first. All eyes are watching the judiciary as the first hearing will open on Monday. Be rest assured that we will be here giving you updates from the tribunal. And if you haven't joined the family, yes, those who are watching for the first time, make sure to subscribe to our channel and enable notifications so you'll be notified of new updates. And for those who are asking how they can support us, always look below the video. You will see a thanks button. Just press it and follow the prompts. Also, you can join the channel membership. The channel membership can also be found below the video. Just look under. You will see where it is written, join membership. Yes, just click on it and follow the prompts. Till next time, thanks for watching.
You're welcome, sir.